This is the all-new TECNO Spark 8P. It comes in two options, 4GB RAM, 64GB internal storage option that goes for 77,000 Naira or $135, and the 4GB RAM, 128GB internal storage option that goes for 86,000 Naira or $151. The TECNO Spark 8P has a full HD Plus display that's 1080p. It has a 5000 mAh battery, a 50 megapixel main camera that can do this. I know, that's not the best cinematic sequence you've ever seen, but that entire video was shot and edited on the TECNO Spark 8P. Anyways, those are just some of the highlight features of the TECNO Spark 8P. It does have some few weaknesses, but before we go into that, let me show you what's inside the box. Okay, the TECNO Spark 8P comes in 4 colors. This is the Tahiti gold color and it looks really good with "Stop at Nothing" boldly written at the rear. Now back to the box, it comes with a warranty card, a TPU case that fits the smartphone well. You get a 10 watts charger. It also comes with earphones and a micro USB cable. For the build quality, the TECNO Spark 8P has a plastic rear and frame. It's a strong smartphone, it can withstand some knocks. At the rear, the plastic area doesn't attract fingerprints, but at the top, it does. The TECNO Spark 8P doesn't have an IP rating, but it does have a gasket in the SIM card tray, which indicates that TECNO is putting an effort to keep water from entering this smartphone. And when I dipped it in water for some minutes, it survived. Please do not try this at home. Now moving to the external features, the TECNO Spark 8P has a dual nano SIM card tray and a memory card slot. At the bottom, it has a mic, a micro USB port, and a mono speaker. For the sound quality of the speaker, it lacks bass, but it's loud enough. For the mic, well, the audio you're listening to right now is being recorded on the TECNO Spark 8P. So what do you think about the mic quality? Now moving to the right side of the smartphone, you will find the volume and power buttons. Taking a look at the power button, you will notice that it doubles as the fingerprint scanner. For the unlock speed, it isn't the fastest. It takes just around 1 second to unlock. The TECNO Spark 8P also has the less secured face unlock feature, and again, it's not the fastest I have seen. Now switching to the rear, the TECNO Spark 8P has 3 cameras, the 50 megapixel main camera, the 2 megapixel depth camera, and the VGA camera, but the thing is, those 2 cameras assist the main camera, so basically it has only 1 camera. It also has a flash LED light to help take better pictures at night. Back to the front, in that Dutch notch lies an 8 megapixel front camera, and just beside it is a flash LED light. Now moving to the display, the TECNO Spark 8P comes with a 6.6 inch 1080p IPS LCD display. It has a 60Hz refresh rate and peak brightness is at 395 nits. It's somewhat usable under direct sunlight, but you will struggle a bit. At 6.6 inches, most people can use this smartphone with one hand. If you have smaller hands, you can also use the one hand feature. Typing on this smartphone is really easy thanks to the size. Watching movies, YouTube, Netflix on this device is good, especially with the 1080p display. Granted, it's an IPS LCD display. You're not going to get deep blacks and the colors won't pop, but it's good enough. Also, the viewing angles are good on this smartphone. Comparing it with the display of the Spark 7P, the Spark 8P display in terms of resolution and clarity is an upgrade. But when it comes to the processor, well, the story is not a happy one. TECNO says with the Spark 8P with Turbo Boost, you get 54% refresh rate, 200% launch operation, 30% sliding operation, and 40% switching operation, but it is no match to the Mediatek Helio G35 Processor on the TECNO Spark 7P. The TECNO Spark 8P comes with the Mediatek Helio G35 Processor. Looking at synthetic benchmark applications like Antutu and Geekbench, the TECNO Spark 7P is clearly faster. For multitasking, the Spark 8P does well. It doesn't give you the smoothest experience when it comes to switching between apps. For bloatware, which are pre-installed applications on the smartphone, I counted about 20 of them. For ads, well, you do get notifications from applications like More, Palmplay, Boomplay, but you can always disable those notifications if they irritate you. Now moving to the special features of the TECNO Spark 8P, it has the usual. It has Social Turbo, which allows you to change your voice on apps like WhatsApp. It also allows you to read messages on WhatsApp without the sender knowing. It has Game Mode, Video Assistant, App Twin for you to run 2 WhatsApp, Instagram, and Facebook accounts at once. For the operating system, Spark 8P is running on Android 11 with iOS version 7.6.0, and will it get the Android 12 update? Well, only God knows. When it comes to gaming, the Spark 8P played PUBG at balanced graphics and medium frame rate. The gameplay was manageable, but you won't be winning chicken dinners except you play with bots. For Call of Duty, it played the game at low graphics and high frame rates. Now compared to the TECNO Spark 7P, the Spark 8P isn't the smartphone for gamers on a budget. Overall, when it comes to gaming and performance, it isn't like the Spark 8P can't handle it. It can, but you will need to be patient with it. Now where the Spark 8P in theory beats the Spark 7P is in the camera department. The main camera on the Spark 8P is a 50 megapixel camera and it takes okay pictures. Pictures look great on this smartphone for the price. Bokeh shots are okay on this smartphone. It doesn't have a night mode, but night photos turned out to be alright. Alright, now we switch to the rear camera. We're using the 50 megapixel rear camera on the TECNO Spark 8P. It's shooting in 1080p, 30 frames per second. That's the highest resolution on the rear camera. So what do you guys think about the video quality and audio quality coming off of the rear camera of the TECNO Spark 8P? It doesn't have image stabilization or video stabilization, should I say. And yeah, you have to be steady when walking and shooting with this smartphone. But the most important thing is the video quality. We'll just stand still. So what do you guys think about the video quality and audio quality coming out from the rear camera of the TECNO Spark 8P? For the front-facing camera, well, it's an 8 megapixel camera and the photos look soft, but they are okay for social media use. Check this out. So here's a video from the front-facing camera of the TECNO Spark 8P. It's an 8 megapixel camera and it's shooting in 1080p, 30 frames per second. So what do you guys think about the video quality and audio quality coming out from the TECNO Spark 8P, the front-facing camera? How is it handling dynamic range? Well, not so good, but hey, it's an 8 megapixel camera and it's expected. This is what you get. Now moving to the battery department, the TECNO Spark 8P comes with a 5000 mAh battery that should last the entire day. So what do I think about the TECNO Spark 8P? Well, although the TECNO Spark 8P has a full HD display, which is better, I personally prefer the 720p IPS LCD display and the 90Hz refresh rate on the TECNO Spark 7P. I wouldn't trade my TECNO Spark 7P for the Spark 8P. The Spark 7P is miles ahead of the Spark 8P. Another area where the TECNO Spark 8P has improved is in the camera department with a 50 megapixel main camera. So if taking good photos is important to you and you don't play games on your smartphone, or you don't need the stereo speakers, or you don't do anything tasking on your smartphone, then maybe the Spark 8P might just be for you. So guys, this is my review of the TECNO Spark 8P. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you guys think about the TECNO Spark 8P in the comment section below. That's it for me and I'll see you guys soon. Valo, signing out.